Hi guys, in this video you will learn how hacker gathering information to perform hacking activity. But before, remember, we do not promote any hacking activity or we do not allow to perform any illegal hacking attempts. We will cover each and every command as much as possible, so do not skip any part of this video. Let's get started. First of all, what is information gathering, and why hackers give more importance to it? Information gathering in cybersecurity refers to the process of collecting, organizing, and analyzing data about a target, such as a computer network or system. This crucial step, also known as reconnaissance, allows cybersecurity professionals, such as ethical hackers or attackers, to uncover information that may otherwise remain hidden, aiding in the identification of vulnerabilities. Some students are so confused about footprinting, scanning, and enumeration. These techniques used in the reconnaissance phase of information gathering about a target system or network. What is footprinting? This is the initial phase where an attacker gathers as much information as possible about the target, which may include network addresses and services. It involves passive and active methods to collect data without alerting the target. Scanning follows footprinting and involves actively probing the target system to identify live hosts, open ports, and services running on those ports, using various tools and techniques. And enumeration is the final phase where specific details are abstracted, such as user accounts, shares, and other resources on the system. It focuses on gathering detailed information that can be used for further exploitation. As we know, information gathering is one of the most important parts in cybersecurity. If we expert this part, we can do penetration testing easily. Before go too practical, let's get better understanding about information gathering. We already know the name of 3 phases of reconnaissance in information gathering. Let's see one by one, in detail. First of all, start with footprinting. Footprinting is basically a process of finding all the possible ways to intrude into a target system, or at least decide what type of attacks will be more suitable for the target. Stages of footprinting. Both penetration testers and threat actors follow a first-step process in footprinting to gather important information. Number 1. Target identification. The first step involves recognizing the target organization and its systems for footprinting. This can be done by scanning networks for open ports or using IoT search engines such as Shodan and Fensys. Number 2. Information gathering. Gathering vital information, including IP addresses, open ports and services, usernames, and passwords from the identified target. Number 3. Result analysis. Extracted data is analyzed for vulnerabilities across multiple systems, or results are compared against known exploits. And number 4. Attack planning. The final stage is the attack phase, where the threat actor develops custom exploits or chooses a suitable attack vector based on the data collected to compromise vulnerable systems. These were our first stages. Number 1. Target identification. Number 2. Information gathering. Number 3. Result analysis. Number 4. Attack planning. Let's see how many types of footprinting. There are 2 types of footprinting. Number 1. Passive footprinting. Number 2. Active footprinting. Passive footprinting. This method gathers information without direct interaction with the target system using search engines and social networking sites. This approach is technically challenging as it doesn't involve active network traffic. Instead, data is gathered from stored and archived sources. Active footprinting. This method directly engages with the target system to gather information using various tools. Active footprinting requires more careful planning than passive footprinting, as it may alert the target organization and leave traces of network activity. Don't worry, we will cover both types of footprinting. Let's discuss how many methods hackers use for footprinting. Footprinting through search engines. using Google's advanced search operators, along with video, FTP, and IoT search engines to gather publicly available information about a target gives the possibility for social engineering attacks. Also, employing advanced Google hacking techniques and referring to the Google hacking database to probe for sensitive information and potential server vulnerabilities. Footprinting through web services. Numerous online platforms could be used for footprinting, such as people search engines, financial services, business profile sites, job sites, and public source code repositories. Footprinting through social networking sites. Valuable personal and organizational information can be gathered by publicly posted information on social profiles by employees. Website footprinting. This technique monitors and analyzes the target website for information, including IP address, domain owner, domain name, subdirectories, parameters, site host, scripting platform, and operating system details. Tools such as web spiders, web mirrors, monitoring tools, and web data extracting tools are used for these techniques. Email footprinting. Using email tracking tools and analyzing email headers, information such as the sender's and recipient's IP address, geolocation, routing path, proxies, links, operating system, and browser information. Whois footprinting. Whois provides current domain and owner details, offering access to information such as domain name, owner contact information, creation date, and the public network range. DNS footprinting. DNS records provide zone data about the selected network, such as its IP addresses, domain's mail server, CPU type, and operating systems. DNS information could be obtained through DNS interrogation and reverse DNS lookup methods. Network footprinting. Information about the target network's topology, operating system, and access control devices can be obtained using the network, IP range and traceroute data. Footprinting through social engineering. Sensitive data could be obtained through social engineering techniques such as eavesdropping, shoulder surfing, and impersonation. First make a rule, as Sherlock Holmes says. To the greatest mind, nothing is little. We will apply this rule in footprinting. I mean, don't ever think that any information you found on the internet is useless. Keep in mind that we will collect even the information is very little. Reconnaissance. The term reconnaissance comes from the military and means to actively seek an enemy's intentions by collecting and gathering information about an enemy's composition and capabilities. Via direct observation, usually by scouts or military intelligence personnel trained in surveillance. In the world of ethical hacking, reconnaissance applies to the process of information gathering. Reconnaissance is a catch-all term for watching the hacking target and gathering information about how, when, and where they do things. By identifying patterns of behavior of people or systems, an enemy could find and exploit a loophole. Let's move on and see how hackers do passive footprinting without direct interaction with a target. If we want to check about any website on Google, we will type this specific command in Google search. This will show the result only about that site, for example, Facebook. In the result you can see all about Facebook. This command will show you related result with that name you give in search bar. If you want to search website include subdomain, you can see only with subdomain website. Like here we have www subdomain, and check the result. Search for GHDB. The Google Hacking Database, also known as Google Dorks or Google Hacking, is a collection of advanced search queries and techniques to uncover hidden, vulnerable, or sensitive information that may be inadvertently exposed on the web. It is used to discover specific information via Google searches, using specialized search parameters and operators to pinpoint data that is not typically indexed by standard search engines. It is often used by cybersecurity professionals, ethical hackers, and security researchers to identify security vulnerabilities and raise awareness about the importance of data protection. Let's see what we have in Nextploit section. We will see these exploits in penetration testing section. Here we want to search for GHDB for information gathering. Go to sidebar and click on GHDB. Here you can see too many results include category and offer name. Or you can filtering the result, only you can see related search. There you can see too many information about passwords. We are not going to hacking someone, all I mean is if you see that kind of website, it doesn't mean you can use this. Always be careful on the internet. Let's click on this link. I'm going to search for env file that used to store configuration settings for a project, such as database connection strings. Password env file. Give us a link. Let's click on this. Here we have a GitHub link. Let's click on this. Here we have a bunch of information, like secret key, user, host, mode, password, etc. Again, without permission, don't make any illegal activity on the internet. For become a cybersecurity expert, you should be an expert in information gathering. From this website, we can get information about many things, like security auditing, which is a valuable tool for security professionals to discover vulnerabilities and weaknesses in web applications and websites. Reconnaissance, we already discussed this before. Penetration testing, valuable tool for ethical hackers to evaluate the security posture of systems and help organizations strengthen their defenses. Education and awareness raises awareness about the importance of data protection and the potential consequences of failing to secure sensitive information. Vulnerability discovery assists in identifying and resolving security vulnerabilities, which can help prevent data breaches and cyber attacks. Data protection highlights the importance of securing data and encourages organizations and individuals to take data protection seriously. Mitigating risks helps reduce the risk of data breaches and associated legal, financial, and reputational damage by proactively detecting and resolving vulnerabilities. Sometime this can be happen. Error 500 is a generic error response. It means that the server encountered an unexpected condition that prevented it from fulfilling the request. Here click for advanced search, each and everything you have already. Here title. CV stands for Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures. In type, select one of these. Select platforms, ports, and some other detail. Type here. If match any data, it will give you result. You also can search for exploitation. Like here we have Searchsploit tool in Kali Linux. Here is how you can install it through this command. For documentation, use help command. Before use any tool, help command is more useful. Searchsploit gives you the power to perform detailed offline searches through your locally checked out copy of the repository. To find and take advantage of a security flaw or vulnerability in an application or computer system, typically for malicious purposes such as installing malware. We are not going deep dive in this tool. Here just little information about this tool. Of course, we will cover this tool later in the course. Let's see another tool, known as Who Is. This tool also available online. Here we will use this tool through command line. We are going to search for youtube.com. Let's see how many information we can get through this tool. See how many information we can collect. Here, domain name, domain ID, registrar server, domain status, name servers. These are not just text lines, only CyberExpert know the true value of these lines. So remember, you cannot skip to small info here for footprinting. The more you can get information about your target, it will help you can easily find loophole and exploits. Let's check another website known as google.com. YouTube and Google both are word-based and secure websites. Let's see this help command. Here you can see these all flags. You can use it with this tool. This tool promotes transparency by making information about domain registrants publicly available. Who Is can help users discover new opportunities for their personal or professional websites. Let's use this tool in Practical Lab. Open Metasploitable 2 and Kali Linux. Check my Metasploitable 2 IP address. Here is the result, all about Metasploitable machine. Let's move to the another tool. Searching Google for Shodan. Click on this first link. Shodan is a search engine that scans IP addresses for connected devices like routers, webcams, servers, and industrial control systems, identifying open ports, unsecured devices, and services running on systems. It helps identify potential entry points and vulnerabilities in these devices. Shodan is a powerful tool when used for good, like security professionals identifying vulnerable devices within their network. However, Shodan has notoriously been named the hacker search engine, as this resource is and has been used to hack devices. Shodan is free to explore, but the number of results is capped with a free account. Advanced filters require a paid membership. Here we will click on More. Let's see what we have. These are a list of the tools we can use. Shodan makes it possible to detect devices that are connected to the internet at any given time, the locations of those devices and their current users. Such devices could be in almost any type of system, including business networks, surveillance cameras, industrial control systems, and smart homes. Penetration testers, security professionals, scientific researchers, and law enforcement agencies are the main users of Shodan. Don't worry, we will cover these tools in separate videos of playlist. For now, many people called this tool hacker search engine. Let's click on exploits. We have another search bar. Here I will search for CV, which is Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures. Here we have important information about common vulnerabilities. Shodan indexation works by searching open ports at any service or device. This means that Shodan, unlike any normal search engine, does not focus on searching web pages, but on collecting the banners of the services. Let's see how much information Shodan giving us about Google. You can read these information one by one. Shodan works by requesting connections to every imaginable IP address on the internet and indexing the information that it gets back from those connection requests. Performing a search on Shodan isn't as simple as performing a Google search. Google has refined its technology to be as user-friendly as possible, while Shodan is designed with IT professionals in mind. Let's search for Telnet protocol. Telnet is a client or server application protocol that provides access to virtual terminals of remote systems on local area networks or the internet. Here Shodan show us about usage of Telnet. Again, do not use these information without permission. These kind of information on the internet doesn't mean you can use it. Let's see another tool, which is one of the most famous command line tool in Kali Linux. I installed this tool already, but if you are using for the first time, it will give you installation options right here. We already learn whenever we using Kali Linux tool and don't have any idea how to use it, just type help. It will show all commands that you can use it. Here we have command and how to use it. ReconNG is a complete package of information gathering tools. Let's create a separate terminal for further work. I hope you installed it. If not, comment below. Open ReconNG tool first. Marketplace install all. You have created workspace for you. Now you have to go to Marketplace to install modules to initiate your reconnaissance. Here I will install all. Wait for it until complete. Now installation complete. After installation, create the workspaces with your unique name you want. Workspace now create, and we move to new workspace. Let's check how many workspaces we have. Workspaces and then list command will show you all workspaces. This workspace we just create. Go to db command, see what we have. Question mark mean help. We have these 5 command. We can use it with db. If you programmer or you work with database before, a database schema defines how data is organized within a relational database. This is inclusive of logical constraints such as table names, fields, data types, and the relationships between these entities. By default, these all fields are empty. Let's insert some data in domain table. After go into your new category, then type db, insert, domains. Here type your domain name you want to search about. And add some description if you want. Show question mark for help. Here we can see all different command which we can use with show command. We are showing list of domains, so we will use this command. Here you can see, we have one route, domain name, and description. Let's search for Exploit module. We have two modules here. Module help. I'm showing you each and every step with help command, so if you stuck somewhere, you can get help. We can use these three commands with modules, but we are going to load a module, so we will use load module. Copy the path of module, paste here, and enter. For further step, just type info. Let's see how many options we have in this module. Let's set base URL which is required. Option set base URL. Google.com. And run. So here we are not going to actually perform this attempt. I just show you how you can use this tool. Here we used Exploit module. Let's see another example. How could we get information through this tool? Another example from start that you can remember every step. For start this tool, just type tool name and enter. This interface will be show you. First of all, create the workspace. Our workspace is now created. This is name of the workspaces. Let's list it. TB insert domains. Give domain name. And here, description. Show domains. Here is our domain. Let's search for modules. Module's name, hack. We have only one module here. Let's load it. Copy the full path of this module and paste here. Check info. Let's run it. We have host, IP address, etc. Show host. These are the host and IP addresses in table. Let's see what we have for report. You can save your report in different file format. I will choose CSV. We have in info different options, but we will fill only one option, which is file name. Before execute the file, make a directory, then make txt file. Then copy file path. Here we will set the path, which we copied before. Now we save the all information in this file. Let's check it. Here we go. These are whole information we saved in separate file. Let's move on to the another tool, which is Netcraft. Netcraft's automated detection operates around the clock to identify malicious websites, as well as fraudulent domains, social media profiles, email campaigns, and more. Go to Resources page, then click in Research Tools. There you can see multiple tools. You can use it, for example, Site Report, Search DNS, Most Popular Sites, and Cybertrends. Let's check this first one, which is Site Report. I already copied the link. Let me paste here. We get these multiple information without interact directory to the target. We have site URL, owner, hosting, IP address, reverse DNS, and much more. Also we have IP delegation, IP geolocation, secure sockets layer and transport layer security. Also, we have web trackers. Let's search for DNS. Here you can search for DNS. For example, I will search Netcraft. These all information we can get about target. Let's click on this link. Type here what you want to search. View top 50,000 most visited websites. Let's search about countries according to cybercrime. We have country total sites, cybercrime incidents, etc. Let's check for site certificate. These certificates contain all those information, such as subject, issuer, guarantor, validity, and many more. Go to Google search URL and type crt.sh. Here search for organization name or domain name, etc. I will simply search for google.com. Obviously, when you're doing information gathering for pen testing, you will choose each and everything, so don't miss any information. Here we have a lot of information about google.com certificate, like ID, logged at time, issuer name, matching identities. Let's click here. We can see here in detail about those certificates. We have complete certificate fingerprints. We can see. Don't misuse any of these information. SHA-256 is a part of the SHA-2 family of algorithms, where SHA stands for Secure Hash Algorithm. Let's check for YouTube.com. We also have dozens of information about YouTube certificate. Let's click one of these files, see what we can get. Any site here you search, you can get complete fingerprints detail about their certificate. Let's move on to another tools, which is DNS Dumpster. DNS Dumpster is a free online tool that provides information about a target's domain name system configuration. For bug hunters, DNS Dumpster can be an extremely useful resource for conducting initial reconnaissance and gathering information about a target's network and systems. Let's see how to use DNS Dumpster. DNS enumeration is a critical process in cybersecurity that uncovers all DNS records associated with a domain, providing valuable insights for security professionals and cybercriminals alike. Here type your domain name. By detailing host names, IP addresses, and DNS record types, it reveals a domain's footprint and potential vulnerabilities. These all kind of information you should get about your target as a pen tester. When you click on these links, it will show new page with detailed information. These are information in graph. You save it as PNG. Let's view in graph. While DNS Dumpster is a powerful tool for security professionals, its use comes with ethical responsibilities. Permission: users should only use DNS Dumpster on domains they own or have explicit permission to test. Unauthorized scanning or testing of systems is illegal and can lead to serious consequences. You can check these one by one. I will export this as PNG file. PNG file is now download. You can view this. Let's go to the another hunt tool, known as Full Hunt. I will just type google.com. Full Hunt is the attack surface database of the entire internet. Full Hunt enables companies to discover all of their attack surfaces, monitor them for exposure, and continuously scan them for the latest security vulnerabilities, all in a single platform, and more. Let's click on this link. We have too many information about these subdomains. We have information about protocols, certificates, IP addresses, security, DNS name list. Let's move on to the another tools. If I perform detail steps, it will be go against YouTube rules, so I show you the most secret tools, which used by hacker, so you can use it, and secure your company systems. Another tools is IntelliX.io. IntelligenceX is a search engine and data archive. Search Tor, I2P, data leaks and the public web by email, domain, IP address, Bitcoin address and more. Let's search our domain, which is google.com. You can use IntelligenceX to perform any kind of open source intelligence. We deliver fast, high-quality results and make the deepest parts of the internet accessible with a few clicks. IntelligenceX searches billions of selectors in a matter of milliseconds. Combined with our data archive, this is a powerful new tool. It searches in places such as the darknet, document sharing platforms, Whois Data, public data leaks and others. It keeps a historical data archive of results, similar to how the Wayback Machine from archive.org stores historical copies of websites. Let's show you another tool, which is Netless. Internet intelligence apps that provide accurate technical information on IP addresses, domain names, websites, web applications, IoT devices, and other online assets. This tool gives you some best tools like IP Finder, IP address location, time zone, emails, contact number of that IP address owner. This tools is domain who is search. Let's search about domain. See how many information this tool give us. There you can search IP address. Here you can search for DNS. This will give you all host network information. You can search for multiple IP domain. This tool can scans every IP version for address and crawls every known website and web application utilizing such protocols as HTTP, FTP, SMTP, POP3, IMAP, and the sidebar section. These all things, you can get information about it. Let's open another tab for another tool. ONF is an attack surface management and attack surface discovery solution built as a cyber defense search engine. We scan the entire internet and dark web for exposed assets and crawl the links just like a web search engine. Our data is searchable with a web form or directly for our numerous APIs. Let's search youtube.com. We have IP address, network address, and domains. Let's grep this IP and search it in one of previous tool. Here we paste it, and it give us information about that IP address. Also we have related domains. Let's see another tool, which is Security Trails. Let's see another tool, which is Security Trails. Security Trails enables you to explore complete current and historical data for any internet assets, IP and DNS history, domain, SSL and open port intelligence. This is a total inventory that curates comprehensive domain and IP address data for users and applications that demand clarity. Here we have DNS records, subdomains and etc. Let's see which tool we can use for finding subdomains. subdomainfinder.c99.nl. In this search bar, you can search for subdomains. A subdomain finder is a tool used to find the subdomains of a given domain. Subdomains are created when a second-level domain is added to a top-level domain. A subdomain can be created for any purpose, and there is no limit to the number of subdomains that can be created for a single domain. This tool will help. Finding all the subdomains of a domain can give you a good overview of its structure and organization. Subdomains can be used to host different types of content or services, so finding all the subdomains of a domain can give you a good idea of what it has to offer. If you're looking for a specific piece of information or service on the domain, subdomains can be a good way to narrow down your search. Some subdomains may be more vulnerable to attack than others, so finding all the subdomains of a domain can help you identify potential targets. Let's see another tool, which is Zoomeye.hk. Zoomeye is an advanced cyberspace search engine developed and maintained by KnownSec in Hong Kong. As a leader in the field of cybersecurity, Zoomeye is dedicated to mapping the global cyberspace, offering in-depth search capabilities for devices connected to the internet, such as routers, servers, and webcams. What a beautiful interface! Let's search for Google. We have too much information about Google. We have hostname, organizations, ASN number, IP addresses, etc. These all record related about Google. Also we have domain IP lookup, on-demand scanning, and aggregation analysis. Do you see the small button used for upload your text file or IP addresses, PNG file? Let's see another tool. Hunter.how is the newly released internet search engine for internet researchers, which is capable of performing fingerprint retrieval of internet-connected devices and services. I will search for google.com. Free internet search engine for internet researchers, wide coverage of global internet services that open external services. For view detail, you must be sign in. These were some important tools you must know about it for information gathering in real world. I hope you enjoy this video. See you in the next video.